Joining me now is Democratic Illinois Congressman Mike Quigley, member of the Appropriations Committee. Congressman, thanks for joining us. So is there a way out of this? Is it enough for them to take the debt relief piece of it that was put in at the last moment? And I would call that sort of a poison pill. Jeff Merkley, the senator, obviously, who I was interviewing earlier today, said that that has to come out. Is that enough? And then do you think the Democrats would support a pared-down continuing resolution without the disaster relief, without, the cancer help, pediatric cancer help, or the lowering of drug prices, some of the other things that were Democratic priorities, just to keep the government open?
And what you and I are experiencing is which rumor do you believe? Obviously, we're hearing there's going to be a series of bills today as my Republican colleagues are meeting to discuss this. One of those is the Clean CR. And we're hearing disaster relief is part of it, as well as the Farm Bill, but not the debt extension. So, again, the reason it's hard to speculate is because it changes all the time. And Speaker Johnson has to deal with his far-right extremists who in the past have successfully held things up, made it more difficult. The bottom line is he should have learned from Speaker McCarthy. If he wants to get something done, what he did in the first place was a bipartisan, bicameral compromise that would have passed, and we would all be home and the government would be functioning. But instead, he listened to the extremists. He listened to Musk and Trump, and we're in a tough situation. We can thread the needle, but we have to go back a ways and not listen to people outside the process.
So now we're almost 11 plus hours away, less than 12 hours away from a shutdown, because Donald Trump and Elon Musk tanked the bipartisan bill. There's no question about that. What's your reaction to how Republicans have now responded to Mr. Trump and to Elon Musk? Is this foreshadowing what the next 4 years are going to be like?
I think it is. Perhaps more troubling than Trump, which we anticipated, is the rise of, I hear them call him President Musk, but the terms that you would have used in the past is an oligarch, by very definition, an extremely wealthy person, the wealthiest in the world, with a platform that is extraordinarily powerful, and the ability to swat members on the Republican delegation like flies, seemingly, because they changed their minds virtually overnight when he came out and when he began to do these messages on his platform. So that's of concern. What will his role be? Someone who has never been elected, whose views are extreme, and obviously he wants to benefit, and people like him benefit from decisions skewed to that point.
Are you prepared to stay here through the holidays? If there isn't a deal?
My family is watching, so the answer is yes, with an apology. We're here to do this job. It's unnecessary. But my constituents, the American people, deserve our best effort.
And do you think that the pressure of the approaching holiday weekend, it's a Friday night, planes, trains, and spouses and children all are waiting? Do you think that pressure might move this along a little bit?
Yeah, members are human too. They don't live in a vacuum. There's apparently some that care more about this than others. Our first priority is getting this done for the American people. And as you know, the fact matters, we shouldn't be here anyway. If we were in regular order and passed appropriation bills, which the leadership on the Republican appropriation side wanted to do and were ready to do. But again, the Speaker and the far-right extremists took it a different vein. So, here we are, and we're stuck trying to make the best of a bad situation.
I guess, but let me just get a bottom line. Do you think that Democrats, your fellow Democrats, are going to want to get some of the, aside from getting the debt ceiling out, will you want to get some of those benefits that Democrats had compromised and gotten into that previous continuing resolution? Does some of that have to get back in before you will vote for it, or will you think end up just accepting the reality?
The good news is that the talks are resuming. When they put the bill up yesterday, there was no talks, there was no discussions, unfortunately. But now they're back discussing. So you can't take hypotheticals or one thing out of another and say, if this, then it's yes. If this isn't in there, no. But I would say, disaster relief has to be part of this, given the extraordinary need. And the fact of the matter is, there's bipartisan support as a must to include in this measure before we go home.
Congressman Mike Quigley, wishing you a happy holiday to you and yours. I hope you get home.